Hey, I just want to make a quick follow-up video regarding the video I made with John Venus no longer being vegan. In that video, near the end, I talked about how I thought eating eggs was probably like the least harmful way to go about eating an animal product, and how if you ate backyard eggs, you probably weren't being unethical. But as it turns out, and again, I haven't lived this, so I'm just speaking from what I've heard. Okay, I haven't lived this, but apparently with backyard eggs, hens usually stop laying eggs after they've laid like three or four, and every time they do lay an egg, it requires a lot of energy, and it drains calcium from them, and if they're low on calcium, then they're more susceptible to disease. So they normally stop laying after like three or four eggs. After that, they have a full nest and they're good. But every time they lay an egg, if we come and then take that egg and eat it, yeah, we're not hurting the chicken directly, but then we're causing the chicken to have to lay more eggs, and that drains the chicken's resource, or the hen's resources in internal resources. And so what hens do apparently when they're low on calcium is they start to eat their own eggs, like their own, because there's calcium in the eggshells. So they'll lay this egg and they'll start eating it just so they can get their calcium back. And so there's like farmers on YouTube talking about like how to get your hens to stop eating their own eggs. But turns out hens do that because they're so low on calcium. That's where they get their calcium from. So if we keep taking their eggs, they're going to become calcium deficient. And so you might say, oh, just supplement them with calcium or something. But point is, we're disrupting their natural flow. They wouldn't be producing so many eggs if we didn't keep on taking them. And that's something I didn't know when I made that video about John Venus. So I just wanted to follow up and mention that. I don't think eating backyard eggs is a good idea. I just said it in John's video to say like how I was giving examples of how like there are potentially ethical ways of eating animals or animal products. For example, like eating roadkill, which is super nasty. Don't recommend doing that, but I just found a guy on YouTube who eats roadkill. I mean, the animal's already dead. You didn't go out of your way to kill it. You just found a dead animal and you happen to eat it. So that was the other example I gave. And then the other example was about like these bees I heard about in Hawaii. I don't know how true it is. I heard about these bees in Hawaii that produce honey and then they just fly away, and they don't never end up coming back to the honeycomb. So I thought that was a potentially ethical way of eating animal products. And then the other thing was that how vegans, we say we don't hurt or kill animals, but really we're hurting and killing animals all the time. We're walking around the house, we're walking around the forest, we're going for runs, we're driving a car, we're hitting insects, right? We're killing insects, and insects are animals. So to have a blanket statement and say like we don't hurt animals, we don't kill animals, well, we actually do, but accidentally and not intentionally, right? We kill insects, but we do so knowingly, right? I mean, maybe not up until this video, but once you're watching this video now, it's like you're killing insects knowingly. But that's not reason. I'm not trying to justify eating animals. I'm just saying that you have to question everything you hear, question everything you read, question everything you experience, and you have to not just be so black and white. Not just be so black and white. People love being black and white. People love having a white backboard and a freaking black shirt and just being black and white. And here's the line: no exceptions whatsoever. You can never hurt an animal. But if you say you can never hurt an animal, but then you end up hurting an animal because the animal's attacking your child, or it's attacking your wife, or it's attacking your parent or something, you have to hurt the animal to get off the person you're trying to protect. You just hurt the animal, right? And so insects are animals, and you step on insects and you kill them. So the point is, I'm making this video just to clarify that backyard egg eating thing I mentioned. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think eating honey is a good idea. I don't think either of those are necessary. As I mentioned in John's video in detail, there's no such thing as a vegan-only issue that I'm aware of. Meaning, if someone can have an issue on a vegan diet, they can have the same issue. They're very likely they're having that same issue on a standard North American diet as well. There's no such thing as a vegan-only issue. There's no such thing as a raw vegan-only issue. If you can be low in B12 on a vegan issue, look, 80% of Americans are B12 deficient as well, and they're all eating animal products. So there's no such thing as a vegan-only deficiency or anything like that. I just wanted to make this video and clarify that I don't think eating backyard eggs is a good idea, and we should just focus on eating plant-based, because that's all we need, man. We can thrive on a plant-based diet. I've been doing it for over 11 years now. 11 years. 11 years, baby! I just started strength training a few years ago, so I need to get to John Venus's level of strength training before I flex my bicep again. But yeah, anyways, it sucks that John is no longer vegan, at least for now. Maybe he'll be back, but just know that just because John isn't vegan anymore doesn't mean you need to be concerned about veganism. You know, as I mentioned in the video about John, humans are social creatures. We're going to do things that allow us to feel like part of the herd that we're in, or part of the community that we're in. And so if John's most likely being influenced by someone he's talking to online, someone in his family, maybe his wife. I don't want to make assumptions, but I mean, he's definitely being socially influenced. That's why he's making that decision. It's not just, humans are not as logical as you might think. We're very emotional creatures. We're social creatures, and it's super logical to be vegan for the animals, for the planet, and for ourselves, for our health. But logic goes out the window when we're being socially influenced to do things. So just want to make this follow-up video, and yeah, that's it. Okay, peace out, much love, adios, and focus on the fruit. Stay vegan, man. Stay vegan. I'll post some good documentaries down below if you're questioning veganism. Check out Earthlings, check out Cowspiracy, and yeah, that'll be that. Okay, peace, much love, and adios.